In May 2013, the Coalition of Malaysian NGOs in the UPR process, known as Comango, submitted a report to the Office of the UN High Commission for Human Rights, also known as the OHCHR, on issues affecting human rights in Malaysia. This report was used by the OHCHR in October last year in reviewing Malaysia's human rights record. Comango represents 52 NGOs and is the largest of the many groups that have made submissions to the UN on Malaysia's human rights record. Comango's reports highlighted issues that were not included in the country's own report submitted in 2008, namely the rights of non-citizens, sexual orientation and gender identity rights, and racism. Several Islamic groups have chastised Comango for their report to OHCHR, accusing the coalition of trying to legitimize LGBT, undermine the special position of the Malays and Islam, and promote secularism in the country. They say the coalition advocates freedom of religion to the extent of even allowing Muslims to renounce Islam.
Comango was actually set up specifically to deal with the Universal Periodic Review, which is a process in the UN Human Rights Council that reviews all member states, their status of human rights once every 4.5 years.
But isn't 52 organizations rather a large coalition?
I think if you want to engage at the UN level, then you have to actually try and get more people together to say things, because that tends to lend weight to what you're saying. And it is actually also part of the UPR process.
So what is it about the Comango report that has attracted the ire of right-wing Islamic groups and the government of Malaysia itself?
This is actually now the second round of the UPR process. In 2008, they were basically asking for a general status of human rights. Now, this 2013 review is more of a follow-up on the 2008. So they wanted to know how things were implemented, or were they implemented at all. But of course, for Comango, we are also interested in the things that the government did not talk about, or they claim that they've done, but we don't think that they have. So I think if you were to look at our current 2013 report, you will see that it deals with many issues. So I would say that discrimination and equality forms a big part of our report. So the discrimination and equality is in many areas. Of course, we talk about the equality between men and women, so we talk about gender equality. And part of gender equality is also looking at what's happening to the transgendered people. Then we have equality in terms of the different races in Malaysia, and how this issue of race, and also of course in Malaysia, race and religion is like, all mushed up together, and it's almost the same thing to a lot of people. And how that is politicized and how that is very problematic in Malaysia. So we also try and talk about other things like children's rights, the rights of non-citizens. So we talk a fair bit about, I think, the migrant workers. We talk about foreign wives. We also talk about people with disabilities. So there's a whole range of issues that we talk about, unlike what certain groups keep emphasizing. I think that's like maybe a teeny tiny portion of our report. And even then, they don't say it accurately, They kind of like say what they think our report says as opposed to what our report actually said,
And it is these basic rights of humanity that angers Muslim groups like Ikatan Musliman Malaysia, better known by its acronym ISMA.
Kita akan membuat penjelasan kepada masyarakat tentang apakah itu perjuangan Comango yang sebenarnya dan bagaimana bahaya dia kepada masyarakat kita dan kepada negara kita. Sekarang ni mereka boleh selesa hidup, berjalan merata-reti, keluar surat khabar kerana orang tak tahu Comango. Tapi kalau orang tahu bahawa mereka memperjuangkan kebebasan beragama, menjuangkan hak murtad, LGBT dan sebagainya, saya rasa mereka tak akan mampu nak kat muka berjalan di tepi jalan. Jadi kita akan perjelaskan apa perjuangan mereka. Kita akan londeh habis-habis.